You know what's crazy? I grew up in the suburbs of Los Angeles, Ventura.
Yes.
And I grew up, I don't think I've ever known a black person.
Really?
What?
I know it's fucked up. But I've never been in a situation in my life where I've been in close proximity with black people. I've never known a black person.
Are you being
Like, had a
serious?
friend?
Yes, I'm serious.
Oh, there's no black people in Santa Cruz?
No, I know. I'd be down to hang out with a white dude pretending to be a black person. That would make me a lot more comfortable.
She's doubling down on the blackface accusation. When she called in, I was like, here's me in a charcoal face mask video called The Black Challenge, okay?
This isn't blackface, guys. I don't care what you say.
When they talk about Ethan's blackface and they're like, they're sort of defending his blackface.
He didn't actually even do it. Yeah, it's something you should consider.
Straight blackface.
What have you done?
That's blackface, okay? That's racist.
Since that video, there's been a lot more instances of their blackface.
This looks like an old racist cartoon. Straight Looney Tuning it. 1950s Looney Tunes.
But so this is just a material lie. I have never done blackface in my life.
Blackface, perfectly politically correct and accepted.
It's not racist. It's facial. It's face care. Why does everyone think instantly that it's racist?
And the only time people point to is that video. And it's recorded. Now she's telling people he can't stop doing blackface. Material, fucking outright, full fabrication. I've done the tanning like for videos and stuff, and I found that when you try to match your skin, it's too subtle to be funny. The color I got is quite dark. It's that one. The black. It's black.
Yeah. Now there was some pushback too, and you were very adamant about this. So.
I think we should just get bronze, nice dark color pigmentation paint and just cover our faces in it.
Terrible.
I don't know about that.
Let's not do that.
Terrible.
Horrible idea.
We'll look tan.
There's an obvious implication there that you're...
If you asked Ethan today, go on then, put fake tan on in that way as a joke. Do it now. Make a video.
No, I would not do it now. I don't. So I wouldn't do it now, and I didn't because I never did it.
You guys are bigots and racists for putting these racist remarks in your head. If you guys want to make this a racially charged issue, that's between you and yourself, okay?
Yeah. You guys have been friends with black people?
Yeah.
How many black people have you known in your life?
In my life?
Oh, gosh.
I've had black roommates, man.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
You have a black cast member.
Yeah.
We do.
I just had to check, see how it's doing.
Yep.
Did you have a huge dick?
Okay, so let's start with the obvious. If you are looking for a middle-of-the-road, very neutral take on Ethan Klein, you have come to the wrong place. I am not Switzerland. I have opinions, and strong ones. So today we are going to be talking about the entire situation going on with Cruel World Happy Mind and Ethan Klein of the H3 podcast, and why that whole situation blew up in the way that it did. And no, it's not just about what she said, but because Ethan Klein has a extremely messy, crowded history of racially questionable behavior that he seems to think that the whole world has forgotten. I mean, let's be real, this guy has done blackface on multiple occasions, smeared on makeup on tequila to look darker for jokes, fake tanned himself into a whole new ethnicity on camera, and tossed around slurs as if they were punctuation, and then acted all confused when everybody raised their eyebrow. And anytime that Ethan gets criticized, all of a sudden it's context, satire, or my personal favorite, oh, it was just a different era. Yeah, right, sure, very convenient. And Ethan and Hila Klein's past is all the more important now, because now Ethan and his family are claiming to be victims of racial attacks purely based on the fact that they themselves are Jewish. Now, I'm not here to question or interrogate that claim. That is not my demographic to speak for, but it does highlight the hypocrisy of Ethan and co. calling out what they believe to be casual racism. Like in Ethan's previous statement where he stated that being called a Zionist is akin to being called the K-slur for Jewish people.
When you need to explain your reason for calling me a racist, calling me genocidal, a Zionist, which by the way, Zionist is just another slur for Jew, being a Jew.
And how he views racism when he's the perceived perpetrator. I mean, have you ever met somebody who hates racism, but only when they're the target? I mean, Ethan Klein is basically allergic to prejudice unless he's the one who's serving it. This man will say racism is disgusting, and he's right. And he's been keeping the industry single-handedly alive since 2014. He's the type of person to hear a statement about his own community and go, oh my God, this is abhorrent, unacceptable and cruel and dangerous to society. But if you mention his targeted racism towards black people, he's like, let's not get too political. And that brings us to Cruel World Happy Mind. She made a video about Ethan Klein and Gila Klein, and Ethan and Gila did not like it. And then suddenly he, of all people, becomes the self-appointed authority of what constitutes as racism. The irony is so loud it doesn't even need background music. And then Ethan invites her onto his podcast and begins to grill her about the way it is that she sources her information. And that's fine, that's fair enough, ask the questions. But the whole time it is impossible to ignore the elephant in the room. Ethan Klein lecturing somebody else about racism. Ethan Klein lecturing somebody else about racism feels like a man who is standing in a puddle arguing that everybody should stay dry. He loves social justice, as long as the social justice is exclusively for him. He's basically like a human rights vending machine that only accepts one kind of coin. And just so we're clear, this video has absolutely nothing to do with the Palestinian genocide, because I am not touching that topic, but rather the Cruel World Happy Mind situation, because that slammed directly into Ethan Klein's very public history. A history that he has been attempting to rewrite, but the internet will never let him forget. So in this video, we're going to be going through the history, the blackface, the tanning, the slurs, the jokes, the excuses, the contradictions, all of it. Because once you see the pattern, Ethan calling somebody else out for being racist kind of just hits a little different. So let's get into it. But first, a word from today's sponsor. Today's video is proudly sponsored by Midas Merge. Now, as you guys know, I have been playing Midas Merge for quite some time now. I think I'm well past level 100 there. But a couple of weeks ago, my mum came over to babysit the kids and decided to start playing Midas Merge on my iPad. So I decided to start playing the game again from the very beginning, from scratch. But I was honestly worried that I would find it boring having to go through the beginning stages again, but I was sadly mistaken. And that's because there is always something new and cute to unlock. And it feels honestly like a never-ending game, and that's really what I love about Midas Merge. Midas Merge is a merge game. It is not your typical merge game, and it's perfect for when you've got nothing to do whilst traveling, or even if you just want a couple of minutes to yourself. But beyond all of that, Midas Merge is ad-free, meaning that you can play it offline. I love to be able to squeeze it in just after I've finished making dinner for everyone while the kids are cleaning up, because it's just so easy to get stuck into. So it's kind of become a part of my daily routine. And now my little garden of gold is even cuter than the last one. And speaking of that, there is now a new place to explore, Firefly Valley, and this will be the third permanent garden in the game. And honestly, it's breathtaking. Firefly Garden is like stepping into a dream, and all of the creatures look as if they are straight out of a fantasy story. And I've had exclusive access to this brand new garden, and I honestly cannot wait to explore it even more. Firefly Valley looks like pure magic, and it's coming this late November. Now, if you haven't tried Midas Merge, which I suggest you should if you haven't already, I know a lot of you guys have left comments in my previous videos saying how much you've really enjoyed this game, but Midas Merge have collaborated with me, and they've stated that for the first 200 people who download Midas Merge with my link or the QR code, and the link is in the description box down below, QR code somewhere here on the screen, you will unlock an exclusive, really cute lantern goat level 1, which is directly from the brand new Firefly Valley. It's a rare magical creature, but honestly one of the cutest creatures so far, in my opinion. And they've even decided to name it after me, so when you download it, it's named after me. So you can have a little piece of Paige in the game, which is a goat, which is honestly kind of iconic, not just because I'm goated and destined for greatness, but also because I'm Jamaican. So if you'd like to get your hands hands on Midas merch and to see what the Firefly Valley has to offer and what is in store, definitely click the link in the description box down below, or you can scan the QR code somewhere on this screen. I mean, what is there to lose? The game is free and it is completely ad-free. So make sure to download Midas merch now. Thank you so much to Midas merch for sponsoring today's video. And without further ado, let's get straight into the rest of the video. So, as many of you guys know, I have been going out of my way not to make any Ethan Klein adjacent content more recently, due to a lot of Ethan Klein's political views that have caused quite a lot of tension online. Ethan Klein's views on the ongoing war in Palestine right now has been the topic of conversation all across social media. Not just social media, but also mainstream media as well. So what exactly has happened since the last time we spoke 8 months ago? Well, a lot has happened. But the context of what happened isn't the conversation at hand, but it is extremely important to discuss how we got here. So in April 2025, there was the public feud between Hassan Piker, Ethan Klein, as well as iDubbbz. iDubbbz released a content cop styled video targeting Ethan's channel, as well as Ethan's relationship with Hassan Piker. It cited various different political differences surrounding the Palestinian genocide, among other issues. Then on June 19th/20th, 2025, Ethan Klein files a lawsuit against 3 Twitch streamers. Ethan filed copyright infringement suits against these streamers, Denims, Frogan, and Caseytron, and his claim was that these 3 streamers attempted to view farm from him, the act of getting other people to watch your reaction rather than the original video, where Ethan argues that the majority of the content it is that they used from him included large portions of time with zero commentary or little to no commentary, allegedly failing the transformative use in the fair use policy. Then, in late June 2025, Ethan Klein found himself in a situation with a journalist by the name of Taylor Lorenz. According to journalist Kat Tembaj of Spitfire News, Ethan publicly pressured Taylor Lorenz and Kat Tembaj to issue apologies or he would expand lawsuits. And online net citizens argued that this was extremely tone deaf and potentially misogynistic. However, Ethan declines claims claims that this was his tactics in this particular instance were based in misogyny. Then in July 2025 onwards, Ethan signals that there are more lawsuits to come, sparking debates about the creator economy and how this could have a detrimental effect. Ethan stated that he's not done suing creators and that the outcomes may influence how reaction content is treated legally. So that's basically what has taken place, like a Cliff Note version up until now. And now we get into the Cruel World Happy Mind situation. Cruel World Happy Mind posted a critical video about Ethan Klein and Hila Klein last month, alleging that the pair had made some problematic comments, especially with regards to Ethan and Hila's views surrounding the Palestinian genocide.
Like when he made fun of the man who was burning alive.
Again, not to put this uncouth, but he's a champ at fucking burning alive. I mean, that sounds bad, but he did it really good. Does that sound bad? And what I said was he's really good at burning alive. And I mean that as the most sincere compliment possible. If you're coming at me with those kinds of takes, you are ensuring peace will never happen.
One of the main points of contention within this video was Cruel World Happy Mind's interpretation of public perception, that the pair were perceived by the public at large to have used rhetoric that framed Palestinian children as terrorists, amongst other things. Now, Ethan responded to this video publicly on the H3 show 207 by inviting Cruel World Happy Mind to come onto the show to speak publicly about her claims. During this time, Cruel World Happy Mind had made some public retractions in regards to some of the things it is that she said, as well as making a public clarification. I wouldn't necessarily consider it an apology, as well as a third video on her second channel where she goes through the research and how it is that she was able to formulate her opinion. Cruel World Happy Mind claims that Hila, Ethan Klein's wife, when hearing the phrase that Palestinian children are raised to hate Israelis, she claims that Hila had given some non-verbal clues that kind of implied that maybe she agreed with the sentiment.
Hila, on the other hand, has made comments deemed even more insensitive, like calling toddlers terrorists.
Rudy was saying that Palestinians are taught at 2 years old to kill Americans.
And the Palestinians are taught to kill us at 2 years old.
That's pretty spicy.
Yeah.
Do we have that one?
Like,
What do you mean? I mean,
so you said she called terrorists. She said called babies terrorists. I didn't see that.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's fair. I guess I would like to know what the insinuation was. I think that's what a lot of people were wondering by the I mean ... When I say deemed, so she's made comments that were deemed. So that's not me saying that she's saying that. It's others have deemed it even more insensitive, like calling toddlers terrorists. So I'm not saying that I myself am saying that she's called toddlers terrorists. I'm saying others have deemed so.
Do you think that's really a fair way, though, to like...
No,
to
exactly.
recount
I think that,
stuff, you know what I mean? Because it's clearly that's what you want people to feel from that clip.
I do think, I don't know if it's what I want people to feel or think, but I do think, as I've said in our DMs and everything, the way that I usually do content creation is if I'm going into a subject that I'm not very versed on, very familiar with, or I'm covering essentially a content creator the way the internet perceives them. You know, I'm covering kind of the online interpretation of this content creator. So
interpretation by who, though?
Yeah, exactly. Many different people, you know.
Ethan and Hila Klein claimed that the snippets it is that Cruel World Happy Mind used were out of context, misquoting, or missing nuance. And that Cruel World Happy Mind didn't provide sufficient examples to support the broader implication of the claim.
I feel like there was really no attempts, or very few attempts, to represent my response or explanation for things. It really, I felt like, was entirely a one-sided account of things. And I mean, you claim that it's unbiased, but I also find that to be like...
Oh, I agree with that as well. But
it's a really dishonest way of framing it.
There's a few different ways you can find clips. You know, if I find a clip and it seems like it's kind of cut oddly, I should look at multiple sources for clips. I 100% agree with that. So it's like, okay, go directly from the source, you know. Always, I think is, you know, going to be essentially my rule of thumb, you know, coming out of this situation. You know, especially even in this, I can relate to feeling at times like, you know, even on, you know, your subreddit, I felt like sometimes the clips from my streams are, you know, have been kind of chopped up. And I think that that's been a big lesson to me as well, of I can relate to you in that. I can relate to other content creators and feel like, okay, I need to always look at what I'm viewing and go to the full original source whenever possible, 100% of the time. I entirely agree with that.
Now, when this discussion happened publicly on the H3 episode, Cruel World Happy Mind admitted that some of her sourcing did come directly from snark subs. Basically, internet commentary communities that are there not to be overwhelmingly positive with their critique on places like Reddit. Many felt that Cruel World Happy Mind used more statements from the snark subreddits rather than primary statements gathered directly from videos that obviously in turn will show the full context of the conversation. I hope you're following. And to many people, primarily within the H3 community, they felt as if this kind of undermined her credibility. Because again, many people felt as if sourcing from Reddit was inadequate. Now, during this discussion, Cruel World Happy Mind basically conceded and stated that in future, she was going to be trying to get direct sources when creating her videos, just to triple check the information it is that she's putting out there. But this also brought a broader discussion to the general public, you know, those who aren't terminally online, about power dynamics of the bigger influencer and the smaller influencer, and how audiences or communities can amplify claims whether they're true or false. Now, after that whole debacle of the debate live stream between Ethan Klein and Cruel World Happy Mind, which in my humble opinion was just a answer to us, answer for everything it is that you've said. Like, honestly, real talk, I just don't like the way that Ethan Klein attempts to do his debates. I mean, the only person who had the ability to live source videos and information to back up their claims was Ethan Klein, leaving Cruel World Happy Mind, in my humble opinion, just to be fed to the lions.
If you're accusing someone of calling babies terrorists, that like this work should have already been done. That's like an incredible thing to say about somebody.
Again, I did not accuse someone of calling babies terrorists. I said, you know,
let me watch it again.
And has made comments deemed even more insensitive. Like
again, deemed by others, but like I say, you know, I should go to the source originally, and then you know, moving forward, and then you know, show on screen the original post of, you know, this is what people have said. You know, make
I have
it
the
more
link to
clear
the original. Let's just
saying that Palestinians are taught at 2 years old to kill Americans.
That's pretty spicy.
Yeah.
Do we have that one?
Like Kamala.
It felt to me like she was asked to answer for her behavior rather than actually having a good faith debate where they could share information and come to some kind of mutual understanding. But I digress. After then, Cruel World Happy Mind goes on to Chris Kunstler's YouTube channel on his little podcast thing to discuss her feelings about her appearance on the H3 podcast. And just to give you the TLDR, Cruel World Happy Mind basically wasn't happy with her presentation on the show and wanted to go on there to clarify her stance on Palestine even further.
I do think a lot of content creators will get criticism and they'll sort of deflect or they'll get very defensive. And I really never wanted to be that person when it came to making content. I always wanted to be very receptive to feedback. And this is thrown me for a loop in that sense, because I do think that there gets to a point where you really do have to realize that people are operating in bad faith, or that there's certain things that you shouldn't listen to or you shouldn't take in a very genuine way because they're not operating genuinely. No. But I also think that maybe a lot of the backlash from the H3 fans was them not wanting to look inward at their sort of crumbling H3 empire and the fact that they are so isolated and, you know, not wanting to reflect on this sort of outward opinion. I don't know, you know, like, again, a lot of people on the outside were like, oh, this video was very balanced.
Now, Ethan Klein watched this and was unhappy with Cruel World Happy Mind's response on Chris's stream, because he felt that Cruel World Happy Mind had walked back many of the statements it is that she conceded on the show. Ethan Klein responded to this live on a podcast. The podcast was episode 210, where he outwardly called Cruel World Happy Mind a racist for her views on Israelis and the presumed indoctrination and propaganda that Cruel World Happy Mind is perceived to believe that Jewish and Israeli people receive.
If you have a past where you grew up in Israel and you are fully aware of what Israelis are taught.
You grew up in America and you're married to a serviceman, okay? Genocide.
What are Israelis taught? Do you know?
Gee. How's that Iraqi oil taste?
You sound
because you fucking
so
love
racist.
it. You're bathing in it.
You sound so racist.
She is. I mean,
Like-
she's mostly dumb, I think. But actually,
racist.
maybe I'm giving her too much credit.
No,
Most
again.
racists are dumb.
Now, again, I'm not going to go into my thoughts and my views and my opinions surrounding that particular situation, as again, I am not the girlie to cover politics over here. Clearly, I'm not very good at that. However, that statement of Cruel World Happy Mind is a racist was outwardly fucking insane to me. And it wasn't from the position of how dare you deem this as racist, but how dare you have such a strong stance against racism when you yourself have been the perpetrator of racism to various different minority demographics, including my own. Now, if you're familiar with my previous Ethan Klein videos, I will leave a playlist somewhere at the top of the screen. You guys will be familiar with the fact that I have been on Ethan's neck when it comes to the outward racism it is that he has displayed, continues to signal towards, lies about and removes evidence of, as well as hold holding his audience accountable for the apology they never really ever gave. Or at least that's what I'm led to believe, because as you guys know, I'm like the Ethan Klein historian over here, and I've searched high and low, up and down for any ounce of accountability from previous streams all the way up until now, from 2017 onwards, and have found absolutely no evidence of Ethan ever atoning or saying anything public about some of the things it is that he said in the past. The things it is that he outwardly stands against now. And before the H3 foot soldiers come in and go, well, what about Trisha Paytas? Girl, for a second, let me just say this. Trisha Paytas did bad racist things too. These don't cancel out each other. Two things can be the same. We need to be able to hold somebody accountable without attributing it to somebody else's completely separate behavior. However, in episode 2010 of the H3 podcast, Ethan Klein stated that he has never and would never do blackface, which is factually incorrect.
This is just a material lie. I have never done blackface in my life.
If you asked Ethan today, go on then, put fake tan on in that way as a joke. Do it now. Make a video.
No, I would not do it now. I don't. First of all, I never did it. So I wouldn't do it now, and I didn't because I never did it. I never did it.
So let's go through Ethan Klein's historic racism from the past all the way up to present day. And you tell me if you believe that Ethan Klein is a changed man. Now, one of the things that really ticked me off about what Ethan Klein said in that live stream the other day was him stating that he has never done blackface.
I have never done blackface in my life.
But before I get into why what I'm about to show you constitutes as blackface, I would also like to state that members, presumably from Ethan Klein's community, have gone out of their way to create an entire website called snarkbrain.com. Now, on this website, they have an entire section dedicated to dispelling these claims of blackface. On here, they state, the commonly agreed definition of the term blackface is dark makeup worn to mimic the appearance of a black person, especially to mock or ridicule black people. They state that Ethan and Gila have made several weird product review style videos on their old channel, which include the dumbest products ever made, gross soda challenge, and the black challenge. They also go on to show two other instances in 2016, the Kim Kardashian makeup secret, which we'll take a look at in a short while, as well as Ethan joins a 90s band, which we will also take a look at in a short while. But this is the part that I'm mostly interested, where they state the lies. The lies is that Ethan and Gila deliberately wore blackface by wearing charcoal face masks. Allegedly, according to them, this is a lie. Ethan deliberately applied makeup onto Gila in order to make it seem as if she is wearing blackface. This is allegedly a lie. Ethan deliberately wore blackface by getting spray tan. This is allegedly a lie. And Ethan deliberately wore blackface when he posted a photo with mud rubbed on his face captioned, "When she says she only dates black guys." This again is allegedly a lie. Let's take a quick look of a brief rundown of everything that is the blackface saga and how many people have interpreted what Ethan Klein and Gila Klein have both done on their channels as blackface, whether intentional or not. So just to remind you, in Ethan Klein's review of Cruel World Happy Minds interview, he stated,
this is just a material lie. I have never done blackface in my life.
Now, it is considered by the majority of the internet that Ethan Klein definitely did blackface on two occasions. The first one being the charcoal face mask and the other one being the Dead Sea mud mask. Now, the Dead Sea mud mask photograph was taken in 2014, and the reason that people have attributed it to blackface is because of the following caption. Ethan Klein tweeted a photograph of himself in the mud mask stating, "When she says she only dates black guys." The second video is the Black Challenge from 2016. In this video, Ethan and Gila Klein try out numerous different products that are black, including a charcoal face mask. Now that sounds completely innocent, right? However, numerous times throughout the video, Ethan Klein pinpoints the fact that the audience's interpretation of this might be blackface and makes numerous different blackface jokes.
Straight Looney Tuning it, 1950s Looney Tunes. This isn't blackface, guys. I don't care what you say. This is an actual fucking product to clean your skin. You guys are bigots and racists for putting these racist remarks in your head. This is an actual product from China used to cleanse your skin, and that's the purpose we're using it. If you guys want to make this a racially charged issue, that's between you and yourself, okay?
Who said anything about a racial?
I know what they're thinking. I know what you're thinking when you look at me. I can see it in your eyes, yo. Don't act like...
Not in our channel. We don't do that kind of bullshit.
At one point, even his mother puts on the charcoal face mask, and Ethan Klein's father even acknowledges this as blackface, and openly says to both Donna and Ethan that this is definitely not politically correct. To which Ethan Klein acknowledges the blackface again and makes a few more jokes.
Look at Dad's face.
Blackface. Perfectly politically correct and acceptable.
It's not racist, it's face care. Why does everyone think instantly that it's racist?
Well, you know what?
I'm just trying to do skincare treatment.
Lush has a black soap.
Lush has black soap. Why does everyone have to say instantly, oh, you're blackface racist?
That's going to peel off. What's going to happen to your beard? Is your beard?
It's permanent.
I'm afraid my eyebrows.
It's not racist, Mom. Why do people come talk saying that it's racist? It's just black face care.
She just said
No,
she was
I-
wrong.
My God,
I
somebody
didn't
comes up
say
and that it's racist? Please.
What did he say? Oh my God.
Now, what's interesting about this is that 2 years ago, Ethan Klein stated on the H3 podcast that around the time that he did this, nobody saw it that way. AKA, nobody saw it as blackface.
Me and Ela made a video like 10 years ago on our second channel. We used to do these videos dedicated to like doing all out colors. And we did a black color, one of them. So we had like black charcoal to brush our teeth with. And it was a black face mask. It was like a,
Charcoal mask.
Yeah.
It was a charcoal mask. And so I took a picture of me like with my black teeth and my charcoal mask on, and nobody thought about it for a single second until until my break from the conservatives, and then all of a sudden I've been doing blackface all these years.
When this is, again, completely untrue. On a Facebook post from 2016 to promote the aforementioned Black Challenge video, Gila Klein stated that she was torturing Ethan Klein with another video. What a big, bold, beautiful black man. I'm not gonna lie, that is definitely me when I go blackface. Then we got a nice little drawing here of a blackface caricature for black-face.com. Blackface, mama and papa bless. Blackface and chill. Not blackface, tasteful blackface. So yeah, the argument that nobody saw it that way or it was never perceived that way falls on deaf ears when your literal audience are having this inside joke with you about blackface. Then in that same year of 2016, and let me just tell you, 2016 is a big year for them in terms of this kind of content, Ethan Klein and Gila Klein make a video on their channel titled Ethan Joins a 90s Boy Band. Now in this video, Ethan Klein spray tans himself a lot darker to mimic what a 90s boy band of that time would have looked like. However, at one point in the video, Filthy Frank makes a cameo and tells Ethan that this is blackface.
You look like a fucking idiot. This is fucking stupid. Ethan, don't talk to me. I don't ever want to hear from you again. Get rid of this. This is not okay. That's blackface. That's blackface, okay? That's racist. I'm pretty... What the fuck was that?
It's my tan spray, Frank.
Oh, so you can look more blackface? That's racist. Okay, I'd expect something like this from you, but is Gila on board with this? I'd expect this from you, but not from Gila. I'm disappointed.
I thought it was okay.
It's just a tan.
That's blackface.
So it's a no then?
It's an absolute big fat fucking no.
That's what I think about your shit, dude. Fuck you, man. It's not blackface. It's fucking bronzer. Bah.
Now again, I'm not stupid. I know this is a joke. This is simply just an open acknowledgement and a disparaging joke surrounding blackface. Now, would I personally say that this is Ethan Klein doing blackface? No. Because he's trying to mimic a white boy who's trying to be tan. But the joke, the heart of the joke, is blackface. Is hee hee ha ha, look at what I can get away with doing. Now, next up in 2016, we then have the Beauty Project, where Ethan and Gila try out various different beauty products. One of them being a mouth exerciser contraption that has over-exaggerated lips.
Oh, how does this work? How does this make
So
me younger?
I think you try to like work on your nostril.
Like this?
Try to close your lips.
This looks like an old racist cartoon. I look like a cartoon character.
Now, again, I would not say that this is an instance of blackface, but what I will say is this was a very odd joke to make, edit, review, and then post in your video. Next up, in that same year of 2016, we have another video titled Kim Kardashian's Makeup Secret, where Ethan and Gila Klein sit down to follow a makeup tutorial to look like Kim Kardashian. Now, in this video, it's perceived, to me at least, that Ethan is going out of his way not to follow the tutorial in any real capacity. And as a result of this, Gila Klein's complexion is a lot darker than what was expected.
Straight blackface.
What have you done?
Yo, look at the camera and don't tell me that you're not more beautiful than ever before.
I guess it's more like a tan look, you know?
Like, on the camera, it really works, and it's definitely not blackface.
Now, again, would I say that this was an outward example of blackface? No. But blackface jokes were included. Because, again, the joke is, how far can we go? How far can we push the envelope before we actually start getting called out for stuff? Now, next up in 2016, again, we have Whiteface Man. Now, let me tell you that this particular video is absolutely disgusting. And not because it's blackface, because Ethan Klein decides to go against the grain and do whiteface. But what's funny about doing whiteface, I hear you hark in the distance? Well, the jokes that are included in this video are all at the expense of people of color. Now, the video is titled MTV Hates White People, and it's no longer available on the H3 platform. However, it has been extensively archived. 2 minutes in, Ethan Klein makes a joke about Mexican people and states that he can say whatever he wants because he's in whiteface.
2017 resolutions for white guys. How do you think the alternate version of these videos would go over? 2017 resolution for black guys. 2017 resolution for Mexicans. Stay tuned. Things are going to get spicy, literally, because they like spicy food. It's okay, I can say whatever I want. I'm in whiteface.
5 minutes in, he makes a joke about being woke and then attempts to do the quote-unquote black man shoulder lead walk and even directly references this move as hip-hop.
How woke am I right now?
Your face slaps.
What? This is the face of a woke-ass white man. Get on my level, bitch. That's a hip-hop dance. I just appropriated your culture, bitch.
Now, this particular video, MTV Hates White People, was about a video that was made by MTV with a list of things that white people can do better in 2017. However, the numerous different people of color that were included in this video made a joke about Kanye West, saying, "White people, you can keep Kanye West." Ethan Klein then goes on to make a joke about excommunicating one of your own kind when speaking about Kanye West and his affiliation to Trump.
Feel free to take Kanye West, though. You guys can have him.
You know what you did, Kanye.
So let me get this straight. In a video talking about how racist white people are, you've suggested excommunicating one of your own kind for meeting with the president-elect.
Now, just to be clear, I'm not critiquing this because of Ethan Klein's stance of Kanye West in 2016, because I believe in 2016, Kanye West was way less problematic than he is today. I'm mainly critiquing the joke of excommunicating one of your own kind. What does that even mean, Ethan? But this isn't the first time that we saw the appearance of Whiteface Man. We also saw him again in 2017 in the digital blackface video.
Whiteface man. Hila, don't you think that's a little insensitive?
What?
I mean, you're Middle Eastern, you're not really white. So I don't know that it's exactly appropriate for you to be in whiteface. Isn't that a little too white, Hila?
I don't know, I just wanted to...
This is digital whiteface, Hila.
This is not digital.
It's literal whiteface, Hila.
And then we saw this character again in a video titled The Return of Whiteface Man.
This is Whiteface Man bidding you adieu. And I apologize to all the French people out there who are offended by my use of the A word, adieu.
Good shoot, Hila. That one really... Seriously?
Are we all good?
Seriously, Hila?
I did Silverface.
Silverface? That's so offensive. Now, but you're going to offend white people and black people and Smurfs because it looks more blue than silver.
Last time you said I couldn't do white.
Dude, this is so messed up. I cannot believe you would put on Silverface.
Why can't I do Silverface?
I don't know that this video is going to work anymore. That's so racist, Hila. I'm so offended right now.
Now, obviously, this can never be attributed to blackface because it's quite clear that what we are looking at is whiteface. But I just find it so incredibly interesting that whilst in whiteface, the jokes are about people of color. Now, one of the things it is that I hear within the H3 community quite frequently is that Ethan Klein has apologized for the blackface, when that is not entirely true. Even last year, Ethan Klein made a public post on his Instagram speaking about the blackface incident as it had reared its ugly head all over again. And this is what Ethan Klein had to say. Also, I accept that I have done racist things in the past, that I've atoned for. Question mark. Blackface is not one of them. Which snark video did you learn that from before spreading the lie? We did a black video about black cosmetics and it's still online and fully monetized because it's completely effing innocent. We also did a yellow and white video in the same theme. Here's a link so you can watch it for yourself. This is one of the quintessential lies that these hate videos have been spreading for years, so thanks. Now, whilst Ethan Klein was reviewing Chris and Cruel World Happy Minds interview together, Chris asked a rhetorical question as to whether Ethan Klein would do the same kind of things it is that he did in the past today. Like, would he fully spray paint himself in a different color in the same way he did in previous videos? To which Ethan Klein responds that he would never do anything like that because he has never done anything like that.
If you asked Ethan today, go on then, put fake tan on in that way as a joke. Do it now. Make a video.
No, I would not do it now. I don't. First of all, I never did it. So I wouldn't do it now, and I didn't because I never did it. I never did it.
However, we were able to find two clips, one from 2024 and one from 2025, of Ethan Klein openly stating that this is something that he wants to do again, even to the dismay of his in-house team who seem totally against it.
What color should I get for skin? I said get the darkest one because I want to see that it works. Because I've done the tanning like for videos and stuff, and I found that when you try to match your skin, it's too subtle to be funny. The color I got is quite dark. It's that one. It's the black. It's black.
Yeah. Now there was some pushback too, and you were very adamant about this. So.
I'm not part of the tan game. I didn't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, shit. So
I think we should just get like bronze, nice dark color pigmentation paint and just cover our faces in it.
Terrible.
I don't know about that.
Let's not do that.
Horrible idea.
We'll look tan.
There's an obvious implication there that you're
edgy guy.
You're an edgy guy. You're being an edgy little guy right now. No.
So when Ethan Klein states that he has never and would never do something like this again is factually incorrect. Because Ethan Klein has publicly stated his intentions to do this again on 2 separate occasions within the past 2 years. Now, in isolation, all of these incidences could just be really bad timing and bad framing. Especially seems a lot of these accusations come from individuals who simply do not like Ethan Klein. But I think what constitutes this as blackface to me is that black people fundamentally and people of color are the punchline every single time. And how do I know that we're the punchline? Well, because he openly expresses it over and over again.
This isn't blackface, guys. I don't care what you say.
That's blackface, okay? That's racist.
Blackface. Perfectly politically correct and acceptable.
It's not racist. It's facial. It's face care. Why does everyone think it's only that it's racist? It's okay. I can say whatever I want. I'm in whiteface.
This looks like an old racist cartoon.
It's not racist, Mom. Why do people come talk saying that it's racist? It's just black face care. It really works, and it's definitely not blackface.
Fuck you, man. It's not blackface. It's fucking bronzer.
Straight blackface. This is the face of a woke-ass white man. Get on my level, bitch. That's a hip-hop dance. I just appropriated your culture, bitch.
If we bring it down to the fundamental basics of what blackface is, it isn't just the intent, it's the act itself. Blackface isn't just done to invoke black people, it's done to provoke black people. I mean, for goodness sake, if the act resembles blackface, references blackface, and the person doing the blackface acknowledges how it can be perceived as blackface, then yes, it constitutes as blackface, both historically and socially. If somebody paints their face black and then jokes about it being blackface, like, haha, this looks like it could be blackface, then they're showing they know the sensitivity and the history related to the issue. They are choosing to treat it casually rather than respectfully. And the combination of awareness and dismissal communicates, I know this is associated with something that's harmful, but I don't care. And I would honestly say that it is even worse than if he was just plain fucking ignorant. Because this whole situation removes plausible deniability. Maybe they didn't know. Because once you joke about blackface, you remove the position of innocence. So they can't fall back on it wasn't intentional. And this is classified as what many would consider disparagement humor. And disparagement humor refers to jokes that target a specific group or demographic, reinforces stereotypes even if it's subtly, and normalizes the prejudice by calling it funny. The key is that humor becomes the delivery system of things that are completely socially unacceptable. And if we were really to take it there, blackface itself is one of the originators of disparagement humor. Blackface didn't start as some kind of drama, it started as comedy shows. In essence, turning racism into entertainment. So when somebody paints their face black and then jokes about it, they're tapping directly into that lineage of humor used to demean black people. And whether their intent was to do this or not, they are echoing the same sentiment of dehumanization. I mean, just to keep it a buck and a bean, if I came up here right now and presented myself as an archetype of what people perceive Jewish people to be, every Jewish person, regardless of whatever jokes I make or how I acknowledge it in a sly way, or how much I say this isn't what I was trying to do, has every right to be upset with me. Both of these instances are using people's culture or ethnicity as a costume or a comedy. So the foundations are exactly the same. Taking features associated with a marginalized group and then turning them into a visual joke. So the joke essentially says, you know that racist or anti-Semitic stereotype? Yeah, that's the joke. That's the punchline, and we're all in on it. Now, I could show you the videos of Ethan Klein saying the N-word 41 times, or the absolutely insane shit it is he said about Patrice, such as calling him Blackzilla, or even the N-word song it is that he made up. You know what? In fact, yeah, let's play those.
How many dicks I got to suck? Nigga can't love the suck dick. Yo, the whole crowd gathered around one nigga. They talking about how one nigga figure how we can suck the whole party's dick. You just need to feel and taste like a nigga do. Oh, so how many dicks I got to suck, nigga? AIDS, nigga spreading AIDS. He said, nah, nigga, I can't take that shit. Nigga, you too ugly. And all y'all niggas at home, niggas, y'all can do anything. Yeah, I'm number 0, nigga. Number 0, nigga, and y'all niggas got the life. I have my little skimpy little outfit on like a nigga do. Nigga, you ball so big. I'm gonna go get a bag of Doritos and drop them on the floor for my nigga Bobo.
Well, who said nigger faggot? The nigger faggot has just been around the block. Yeah. I love that I can just say nigger faggot. Yeah. I love saying nigger faggot. Nigger faggot whore. Fuck you, nigger faggot. It's nigger faggot. Nigger faggot. Nigger faggot.
So what to expect from stupid niggers? Sorry, blacks, but most of you are easy to manipulate. Ungo, boingo, boongo, bongo. Your niggers just have to nig.
Broke ass nigga. He's like killing niggas.
Nigga, you broke.
Got this chubby motherfucker in a nice little suit with a little background, black, like a nigga do. A little 8-year-old girl and a big, giant black man looking in on her, man. It's like Blackzilla Blackzilla rapes the little 8-year-old white girl with blonde hair. He likes it. He likes him white and blonde. And by the way, empty beer, half empty. Nigga, drink your beer.
And people always target her. It's what happened with this one guy.
That actually really pissed me off, actually.
Watch your shit, cause I'm a rough nigga. I'm green and tall, and I'm a mean nigga. Yo, I'm Shrek. All the niggas heard about me. All the small town folks in the village are come stomping through with my big, mean green cock. Looking for a princess to rape with my big ring cock. I got a donkey with me too, bitch, so you better flee. Cause I'm Shrek, nigga, watch your ass.
But I think this all spirals back to the fact that Ethan just doesn't know black people.
You know what's crazy? I grew up in the suburbs of Los Angeles, Ventura.
Yes.
And I grew up, I don't think I've ever known a black person.
Really?
What? I know it's fucked up. But I've never been in a situation in my life where I've been in close proximity with black people. I've never known a black person.
Are you being serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
Like all through elementary school, high school?
No, I went to school, elementary school, high school. There was only like a couple of black people in a class of like 500. And in college, I went to UCSC. They had a joke.
Oh, there's no black people in Santa Cruz.
No, I know. I'd be down to hang out with a white dude pretending to be a black person. That would make me a lot more comfortable.
That's something that can
get my toe in the water.
Yeah.
And then maybe I can
safe way
graduate.
Yeah, I agree. That's wild, man.
Yeah.
You guys have been friends with black people?
Yeah.
How many black people have you known in your life?
In my life?
Oh, gosh.
I've had black roommates, man.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
You have a black cast member.
Yeah.
We do.
I just had to check. See how he's doing.
Yep. He's still
So
there.
fashionable, too.
Did you have a huge dick? I just...
Did you?
No, I said, no, do you? Not did you.
Well...
He has no black people on his staff. He rarely entertains a black guest. There's never any black people in the room when he wants to make these kinds of jokes. I mean, for goodness sakes, the man stated publicly and openly on his podcast that he would be more afraid of black individuals than white.
They're like these huge black dudes, and they're all strapped. They were all black. There was like 10. I'm just saying, every single one of them was black. Okay. If there's 8 dudes all in security and they're all black, I think that's worth noting. I mean, they were all like 6'5", black dudes. Yeah, that's terrifying. Is a 6'5" black dude scary more than a 6'5" white dude?
No. Is it supposed to?
And these things aren't rooted in ignorance. They're rooted in a deep-seated prejudice that this person, I believe, has. So for me, watching Ethan Klein call other individuals racist and want a certain level of sensitivity towards his demographic, whilst in tandem, never ever actually atoning for anything it is that he has done in regards to the black community, is just wild to see and reeks of a certain level of privilege. A few weeks ago, before all of this drama between Cruel World Happy Mind and Ethan Klein even started, I posted a video to my TikTok where I asked where on earth are the receipts of Ethan Klein ever atoning or apologizing for these various kinds of acts.
People love to say, oh, he's apologized for the blackface. Has he? He's apologized for this. Has he? He's apologized for this thing. Has he? He's apologized for when he said this. Has he? Like, all of the things it is that Ethan has apparently apologized for are supposed to be sourceable, yet me, as a content creator who literally makes a lot of Ethan Klein content, can't source a lot of the apologies it is that he's made. So if he's made apologies, where are they? I would like somebody who is a fan of Ethan Klein and the H3 community to spend hours and hours of times of documenting every single one of Ethan Klein's apologies for the horrible, horrendous things it is that he has done. Like, these Ethan Klein fans genuinely want us to take whatever it is that they say on face value and that he is remorseful in some way, yet we have seen a literal example of him not being remorseful for his past actions, but we're supposed to believe that he's a better person. I would go as far as to say the things it is that Ethan Klein has said as quote-unquote pedo troll is far worse than anything it is that he's done on his platform. As a parent, I'm disgusted how he can have these kind of conversations online. People are saying, oh, this was 15 years ago. The internet was crazy back then. The internet was crazy, but this is literally extremist, even for back then. And then he has the audacity to cause an absolute shitstorm for somebody like Adam McIntyre. And say if Adam McIntyre was, you know, being a bit of a dick, acting a bit of a dick in this way or that way. Dude, you were 25 when you were saying stuff like this about fucking minors. Whatever it is that Adam McIntyre is doing is absolutely nowhere close to anything it is that you're doing now. So how dare you condemn somebody in your 40s when you weren't even half the person that Adam is in his 20s? Bitch, I cannot. Find the fucking apologies. Find them, document them, list them. Because if I'd been called out that many times for people saying he never apologizes for his past, and I had, you best believe I'd have a whole entire fucking docket of receipts. I would just post it. I'd post this Google Drive document under every single fucking person who turned around and said that bullshit. But alas, despite well over 10 years worth of content from Ethan Klein, no, we just can't find the apologies. Where are they?
And when Cruel World Happy Mind asked the exact same question, Ethan's response was to find them.
And a lot of times when they say things like, oh, he's apologized for his slurs, where are those apologies?
That's your job. Your job is to look and find them. Don't ask me where they are. You're the one making the accusations. You're the one making a 3-hour documentary. You're the one saying that you're unbiased and that you like researching. Why the fuck are you asking Chris Kuntler after you already put out the video, where are the apologies? Stop lying! That's your job!
Now, Ethan knows that this is an extremely tall order considering how many hours and hours and hours worth of content it is that he has created. And at this point, it would probably take more than a lifetime to try and find exactly the moment where Ethan Klein apologized to a particular community. So I'm inclined to believe that these don't exist because if they did, why don't you just show us? If you want us to find it, why don't you? And considering Ethan Klein fans allegedly have created this snark-brained website to go through and dispel any actions of perceived racism that could possibly be attributed to Ethan Klein or Healer, if they are willing to make an entire website surrounding that, why on earth can the same people who support you not find these instances for the rest of the internet to use? And honestly, again, I believe it's because it didn't happen. And if it didn't happen, then just deep that. Like, live with it. It is what it is. But then don't pretend that you did. Most influencers it is that we see from that particular time of YouTube have either actually apologized in a way that can be tracked and found, or they've completely ignored it and pretended that it didn't exist. And quite frankly, honestly, for me personally, I'm okay with either of those. But just stop fucking lying to me. Because to me, it seems as if Ethan Klein's activism has a dress code. And if you don't look like him, the door is locked from the inside. Anyway, that is about it from me today. I just wanted to cover that specific topic. It's like one of my main gripes with Ethan Klein, this whole like back and forth lying about like what was done and what was said and rewriting history, removing videos and all of that kind of stuff. It is something that I have length documented over here on this channel. So when I see present day Ethan advocating against racism but then not standing on business, it just really irks me. I also just wanted to let you know that this weekend, hopefully fingers crossed on Saturday, I will be hosting a charity live stream for aid for the Jamaican Hurricane Melissa relief. That will be on my Twitch. So I will definitely leave a link to my Twitch in the description box down below. But with that being said, tell me what it is that you guys think. Do you think that everybody is blowing this completely out of proportion? Or do you think that there's some truth to the fact that Ethan Klein only really cares about racism as it pertains to him? Tell me what it is that you guys think in the comment section down below. And once again, I would like to say a massive thank you to Midas Merch for sponsoring today's video. Make sure that you scan the QR code, which is somewhere here on the screen, or you can click the link in the description box down below to download Midas Merch today. And with that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day or evening, whatever the hell it is you're doing. And until next time, it is your girl, Paige. Bye.